Okay, so previously we talked about what chi-square is and then the type of chi-square analysis we can run and when to run them. Then we solved one practical example on how to do the chi-square test of good fit. So in this example, we are going to be taking the chi-square test of independence. And then remember from our previous lessons, we spoke about when to run the chi-square of independence. And we said that the chi-square of independence is run for two variables in one group. Two variables in one group. Good. So let's solve a practical example. Now, let's say we wanted to, assuming we want to find whether there's a relationship between the gender of participants in this particular study and whether the gender is somehow associated with owning a car. Assuming we want to find the relationship between gender, category, and then owning a car. We want to know if there's any association between them. Because these are two categorical variables, we can run a simple chi-square of independence test for these variables in order for us to determine the association. We can also do another example, such as maybe gender and then hall affiliation, or gender and then residence, current residence. Good. So in this example, we'll be doing gender and then own a car. So in order to run the chi-square of independence for this example, we will go to analyze. Then from analyze, we go to descriptive statistics. Then from descriptive statistics, you go to cross tabs. Cross tabs. So we go to analyze, descriptive statistics, and then cross tabs. So once we cross tabs, we are going to click, and then this is going to pop up for us. This menu is going to pop up for us. So in our rows, we are going to put gender there, and then in columns, we are going to put own a car. Now, when we do this, we have to come to exact. When we come to exact, we have to make sure that the asymptomatic only is tick. Asymptomatic only is tick. Then we click on continue. When we are done, we come to statistics and make sure that chi-square is tick. Chi-square is tick. Then we go to continue. Then once we are done with that, we can click OK. SPSS is going to automatically run the analysis for us and give us an output data. So this is our output data for our analysis where we cross gender and then own a car. This is a summary of everything. So in the case processing summary, we have the number of valid cases, then the number of missing cases, and the total number of cases. So the number of valid cases in our data was 172, representing 100% of the population. We had no missing data, and then the total number and percentage is also displayed here for you. Now, in our cross tabulation, we can see a cross tabulation of gender and then own a car. So these are the responses for all the people who do not own a car and all the people who own a car. And that is being crossed between a male and female category. So we can see here that in our count, we observed 87 people or 87 males saying that they do not own a car. But we were expecting 84.3 of the males not to own a car. Then we were also expecting 4.7 of the males to own a car, and then we actually observed only two of the males owning a car. When we come to the distribution for females, we observe 76 of the females not owning a car, but we were expecting 78.7 to own a car. However, 7 of the females owned a car, and then 4.3 was the number that we were expecting that they will own a car. And this is the total number of students in the population for each of the categories. And then our total count and expected count. Good. Now, when we come to the chi-square test statistics, we can see the Pearson chi-square value here, the degree of freedom here, and then the p-value here. Good. Now, from here, we can see that our p-value is actually greater than what? 0.05, because the value that we are getting is 0.069. So we can see that our p-value from our distribution here is actually greater than 0.05, which means that our Pearson's chi-square value or our chi-square value was what? Less. And remember, in our previous video, we said if the Pearson chi-square value is less, or if the p-value is greater than 0.05, then it means that there is what? No significance in the distribution. So from this, the chi-square test is telling us that there's no relationship between the gender and then the number of people who own a car. So that is what the chi-square test is telling us from our analysis. Very simple, very easy, and straightforward. So in the next example, we are going to move on to the chi-square test for homogeneity. The chi-square test for homogeneity. See you in the next one.